Hi, this is Joe again with another review. I was saying this video, it's my sciences. But I was saying for the video we're going to do in this video review is a 1940 horror film, The Man with 9 Lives, starring Boris Karloff. Of course, this movie is like a typical mad scientist film that was very popular back then, especially with Frankenstein and the Son of Frankenstein, the Frankenstein movies, the Bride of Frankenstein and Son of Frankenstein already came out by the time this film came out. So it was very popular with the whole mad scientist thing, and this is one of them. And the movie is not terrible. So it's a stereotypical movie for that time, for that era. And so it's Boris Karloff as an actual, I don't consider him mad, but a mad doctor, a mad scientist. He's just an actual physical medical doctor who was trying to find a cure for people's diseases. And he came up with the idea of actually freezing people to the point where, like years later, like either weeks or months or possibly even years later, he could defrost the person and cure them of whatever disease they happen to have, particularly cancers. He was particularly working with cancer. They will freeze the bodies and will freeze the cancer cells and remove the cancer cells, or at least the cold of being frozen would kill the cancer cells, and the healthy cells would take over the body, and the person would be cured of cancer. That's what Boris Karloff was working on, and he disappeared for 10 years. And his other doctor, who was doing similar work, decided for a while that the people he was working for gave him some time off because they think that his experiments are too dangerous. Because they believed that his work was too dangerous. So he decided to take time off and look for the doctor who started this procedure, and figure, if I could maybe go to his house and maybe take the caretaker of his house, find his notes or his notebooks that he has notes in there or experiments in there, maybe it could prove to these people that this guy's work can be helpful to these cancer patients. So when he did that, he actually found the person, the Boris Karloff, frozen for like 10 years. Not only him, but people who wanted him arrested, because they had the local sheriff, the local district attorney, another doctor, and the nephew of a patient that Boris Karloff was working on at the time, or freezing him at the time. All 5 people were there frozen. So when this other doctor did it, he revived them. He revived all 5 of them. And they were surprised to find out that 10 years has gone by. And the person that Boris Karloff was looking at found out that he was like dead. And he fell in a well in the house. So he was trying to revive Boris Karloff was trying to revive his experiments, and the other doctor and people was trying to use the other 4 survivors as guinea pigs. One of them he kills off right away, the nephew of the patient was working on. Boris Karloff kills him right away. And then the other people who was trying to work on and experiment a different drug, because they didn't remember exactly why the medication he was working on, found out that those were not working, and he's trying to figure out why it was not working, and then he realizes that when he knocked everybody out, they all had poison. This poison made it worse. The medication or the chemicals he gave these guys exaggerated the poison that Boris Karloff sprayed them with in a flashback scene, and they were gonna kill because of that, a combination of the poison they had in the system and that. So then he realizes that the doctor who found him and his nurse and / fiance doesn't have that poison in his system. So Boris Karloff is going to work on them. So he knocks out the doctor and takes the girl. Does the experiment, freezes her, and the experiment actually works on her, even though she doesn't have any cancer or any other disease that requires her to be frozen solid. But anyway, either way, he did an experiment on her, to prove that Boris Karloff did an experiment on her to prove that he was right. And guess what? He was proven right. And other people other cops were looking for the missing doctor who was looking for Boris Karloff, destroys the whole thing, shoots and kills Karloff, and before Karloff dies, realized that yes, his experiment did work just before he dies. And so the other doctor was able to revive his girlfriend slash nurse, and now the people, his supervisors at the school, realize, hey, it wasn't that crazy after all. This idea can work, can be helpful to humans and stuff, and so it proved the doctor's work. And not only that, but also gave credit to Boris Karloff's character for storing this thing and continue Boris Karloff's experiments and treatments for cancer. And that's how the movie pretty much ends. I know I ran through the whole movie, but this movie, I even said the man with 9 lives, he didn't even have 9 lives. There's the irony of that. He had maybe 2 lives, and that's it. I mean, they owe him 7 other lives. Boris Karloff's character and the other people in the film. So the man with 9 lives didn't really have 9 lives. I mean, but all joking aside, I didn't think the movie was that bad. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It's just a stereotypical movie at that point in time. You have to realize this movie was at its time in 1940. So it's like what, an 80-year-old movie. So it's, you can say that it's dated. It's a stereotypical movie, but it's Boris Karloff, and he doesn't play that type of a scary role, a scary character in this film. But the movie is not. The movie is good for what it is. I don't know what the actual length of this film is. I guess it's kind of short, not even an hour and a half long, which was also stereotypical for horror movies at that time, to be less than an hour and a half long, maybe or just over an hour, if that. But the movie's it's not bad at all. I mean, it has a plot. It does have a plot. I mean, it does get crazy towards the end of it, but it's not too bad of a film. So that's my review of The Man with 9 Lives. Please click on the video, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com, so WDY, C.com is the homepage for my reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.